Sports. Today, we're here at the Gathering of Styles, a martial arts expo that's being put on by Eric Caldera here at the Seaport Inn in Fairhaven, Mass. And today joined by David James, also known as Professor James. Welcome.
How are you, sir?
I'm well, and yourself.
Good.
Can
Thank
you
you.
can you tell the listeners? Can you give us give us some background about yourself?
I studied with Professor Florendo Visitation, who is better known as Professor B. He's the teacher of, we used to call him the teacher of teachers. Professor Moses Powell, Little John David Sugar, of course, all the famous people in jiu-jitsu in New York came out of Professor B. And I studied with Professor B for 37 years before he passed away, and then took over the system for him.
Nice. 37 years. So you've been doing martial arts as a little.
I started teaching in 1984.
Okay. So when did you first start martial arts? As a kid?
Start 70s.
70s? Nice.
Early 70s.
Okay. Currently, you have your own school?
Yes, I do, sir.
Where's your school located?
School's located in Brooklyn, in Marine Park area, and we've been there. We've been at that location for 24 years.
Nice. So I'm taking it that you start with kids as young as no
My
kids?
system is an adult-based reality.
Adult?
Well, we have children, but the system is predominantly an adult-based, realistic, street self-defense system. So majority of the people that come to me are adults like yourself who say, I want to feel more comfortable walking the street. I want to feel more comfortable outside when I'm with my family. So can you teach me how to defend myself in a very short period of time? Because the way martial arts is taught today takes too long. So what we do, we cut through all the nonsense, all the BS, get right to the point, give the people what they need, give them black belt information at a white belt level. So in a very short period of time, we'll give you everything you need to know for close quarter hand-to-hand combat, edge weapons training, gun retention, gun defense, edge weapons as far as offensive and defensive training, and like I said, hand-to-hand combat.
Typically, let's say I were to walk in and say, Professor James, I want to learn how, just what you said. How long would the course be?
The first course is a 3-month course. We call it the 90-day challenge. So the first course is 3 months. It's a 3-month course where we get right to the point. We don't play around. We give you a set stuff to do. We work on your mindset, your skill set, and your habits. So I don't know what your mindset is right now. I don't know what your skill set is right now. I don't know what your habits are right now. But obviously, if you're walking into the program, into the school, you don't feel comfortable with them.
Yeah.
Okay? So then identify what they are, and then we're going to start working on changing them slowly. And as we change them slowly, give you the proper information. This is all about information. If you don't have the right information, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay? You got to have good information. A lot of people have been studying martial arts for 10, 15, 20 years. But the information that they have mixed with the habits that they have and the mindset that they have don't serve them in the street when they get into a real situation. The biggest thing is people think, I'm going to learn martial arts to learn how to defend myself. I want to learn how to fight. No, it's not about fighting. There's self-defense and there's fighting. Fighting is the agreement between me and you, my skills against your skills. So we're going to test the level of each other's skills. In a reality-based street self-defense situation, guy comes up to you, put a gun to your head, a knife to you, and whatever the situation is, give me your money, give me your jewelry, give me your body, whatever it is, get in, get out. So there's no exchange of skills.
Yeah.
As far as test of skills. There's no gladiator stuff. Either you can comply and hope they don't hurt you, or you can think about if you see a window of opportunity and you have the right mindset, skill set, and habits of shutting the person down. If you give the person what they asked for, there is no guarantee, especially in this society we live in, they're going to hurt you anyway. Okay? They're going to hurt you. I know people who gave up what the person asked for, and they still got shot.
Yeah.
Right?
It comes down to one thing. I should say two things: fight or flight. Fight or flight.
Well, it comes.
Fair to say.
To me, it comes down to two things. See, you get to a point where self-preservation kicks in. Okay, you may not have a choice of fight or flight. You're there. Okay, now you can say, okay, fight, but that first move you make may make the situation worse.
Maybe your last move. Yeah.
So that will put you in harm's way.
Yeah.
So I have a thing called the first move matters. So you got to know what to identify. What's your move? See, that's the thing when people are thinking about, I'm going to fight. What's your strategy? I'm going to get pissed off. Guy's going to back me into the corner. They're going to start throwing blows. I'm going to say, is that your strategy? That's not a good strategy. So you have to understand, one, your window of opportunity. When you see your window of opportunity, what do I do out of all the things that I learned? What do I do? You got to target it. So we have a thing called your next 5 moves. So we know exactly what we're going to do, given the opportunity, given the situation, given the size of the individual, how to break that individual down. It can't be no guesswork, because we're taking all the guesswork out. Because the reality is, everybody, I don't care who it is, when you get squeezed, something's coming out. Now, what's coming out? You can get pissed off, rage, anger. That ain't going to serve you. That ain't going to help you. Maybe that might have helped you once or twice when you were in high school or you were a kid.
Yeah.
You know, your bad attitude got you over. But for a person who really wants to hurt you, that doesn't matter.
True.
That really doesn't matter. So, so the way we approach it is a little bit different, because in martial arts, it says what it is. But what's being taught today is just the art. It's martial arts. Only thing you see in 90% of the schools is the art. Self-preservation of the system, the art, the camaraderie, the sport. But what happened to the martial? When it was created, it was martial first, then preservation of the art. Now it's art first, and think about the martial later. Or maybe never even be presented to you until you get into a situation. Now you're in a situation, now what do? Okay? You never practiced the martial. So now you just want to, just all of a sudden, I'm going to be able to now come up with all this nonsense and kick all this behind. No, I'm going to become Jet Li and Bruce Lee and Van Damme and Seagal. No. So you got to, what's your intention? If you ask 90% of the people why they join the martial arts school, I guarantee you, nobody will tell you I joined for the martial.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you put it in a very different way where I'm thinking about it. It's resonating.
See, because the way that I like to explain it and the way I put it to people, it's like insurance. Everyone needs it.
But when will you use it?
You don't necessarily have to use it, but you need it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay? Now you might have got through your life 30 years, 35, 40 years, whatever, however old you are. Not a problem. Not a problem. But that one day, whatever got you over before, that one day that may not work for you. Now what? Absolutely. It's better to have an idea of something that you can have. That's why we have the 90-day program, the 3-month program. Because a person like you will come to me and say, I'm take the martial arts, but I'm not crazy about it. I don't want to dedicate my life to it. I don't want to become no monk. I got a bunch of bad habits. I want to keep all my bad habits, but you still want to learn how to stop somebody from hurting. Nobody got the right to hurt you.
Yeah.
Okay? So cool. So you come to me and say, hey, Dave, I want to learn how to defend myself, man, but I ain't got a lot of time. I said, give me 3 months. And I promise you, what I showed you in 3 months is enough to shut the average guy down. 3 months.
3 months.
Okay?
That's good.
And that's it.
So now, we say I finish the 3-month program and I come back to you. What's the next step after that?
There's always another level.
So it's just a continuum.
No, it's a continuum if you want to continue. What level? How deep do you want to go with this? Okay? How much are you willing to put your body through? How much commitment do you have? Like anything else. It's like a guy once told me in football. He played high school football. He played college football. When he tried to go over to the pros, it was another level.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the guys hit harder, a lot harder. So he said it wasn't worth it. So he didn't continue with that. He shifted off into another career because for him it wasn't worth it. Is it worth it? You know, you have your Navy personnel, you got your Navy guys who joined the Navy, and then you got your Navy SEALs, and you got your specialists. What level you want to take it to? See? So that's an individual thing. You know, if you get enough information where you feel, you know what? I feel like I could defend myself better and my family. If anybody come along to me, I'm good. But now if you feel like, you know what? I need to go a little bit more in depth, then we're going to take it to another level. So now the reason why in the 90-day challenge, one of the things we ask you to do is to keep your promise to yourself. Because a lot of people say, yeah, I want to do it. But they don't discipline themselves to finish. Most people start stuff and don't finish anything.
Yeah.
Because the reason why is because they don't do it well. See? Adults are not like children. Children just keep falling, getting up with a big smile on their face. Yeah. Adults want to do something new well right away.
Yeah.
And if they don't do it well, they're like, let me do something else.
Instant gratification.
But that's the society we live in.
Very true.
You see? So our whole approach is if we can give you more than you expected in a very short period of time, in your mind, you're saying, listen, I got a hell of a lot more than what I thought I was going to get from this guy. What's next? And then when we say what's next, now you kind of understand. You're kind of like saying, all right, I went through the first part of the program. I'm kind of giving you permission to push me a little harder. So we earn your trust and we earn the right for you to work with us in the future. If I don't deliver in a short period of time, then you're going to walk away and say, hey, you're full of it. But when people go and join a martial arts school right now, what do they get? You got to start at white belt, and they're telling you all the good information comes to black belt. But you may not make it there before, a situation happens. So why not give you as an adult, if you're a kid and you want to start at 6, 7 years old, you want to go through the ranks, you got the time. But as an adult, you don't have that time.
Yeah.
You don't have that time. So now we give it to you up front, throw it at you, take it, you say, you know what? This is what I'm looking for. What's the next step? And we go to the next step. And the next step is now we have another level of whatever part of the program you want to do. Okay. And then we say, okay, cool. Now we do that. And then if you, from that part, it's about the second or the third stage where people say, I want to join your system. Because I know a lot of people, that's why I put together something called the Self-Defense Library from A to Z on my site. Because why? There's a lot of people who want to learn how to defend themselves and don't give a damn about none of this. They don't care about martial arts. They don't care about systems. They don't care about style. They don't care none of that. They don't want to commit themselves to be no belt. I just want information. We give them that. And we can give you more and more and more information without you feeling like I got to join your school or your program, which is unique to what other people do. See, I don't get offended, or I don't get offended if a person like yourself comes to me and says, now I've seen some stuff that you do and I want to learn that, but I don't want to do this be honest, just so stuff. I don't want to do that. I just teach me that stuff to do. Okay, cool. Not a problem. See, a lot of systems, I believe, would be better served if they do that.
Yeah, and this is the reason why we're here today, right? Gathering the styles.
Yeah.
Everybody has different styles. Everybody has a style which suits them, which is unique to them, whatever the case may be. But being here today at the Gathering of Styles, you get to disseminate this information. It's an alternative. It's an alternative for somebody like me who is, I'm almost 60 years old. I don't have the time. Maybe I might want to walk in and say, hey, listen, Professor James, I just want to, I don't have, my ceiling for living and for life is, I don't have all those years and all that time.
100%.
So I want to learn. I like your style. I like what you're teaching, but I want to come in and I want to learn a little bit faster. And I want, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I don't really want to get, do the whole thing. And I just want to learn.
Yeah.
That is something, quite honestly, I've never heard up until today. That's something that's different.
Most of my people that contact me are over 40, between 45 and 70. Okay, we on our YouTube channel we got close to like pushing 90,000 people, okay, subscribers, and most of them are over 45 years old.
Yeah.
Because when you're older, you don't got time for this. You ain't got time for
yeah, absolutely.
And most of the time, you ain't got time for belts. You see the way you dress, you feel comfortable like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so come on in and train like that. See? I'm not going to tell you, man, you got to wear this gear, you got to do it. I don't care about that. I want to make you feel comfortable in the environment that we have, because what you're coming there for is not for me to change you as far as, convert you into a martial artist. You're coming to get life-saving information.
Yeah.
Period. End of story.
Yeah.
Okay? And you could do that dress how you like. We do have some rules in the place, but nothing crazy, just basic courtesy and manners and respect for each other. But besides that, no, dude, let's rock and roll.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a gathering styles, and this is something that this is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Typically, you sign up for a school, and like you said, you go, you learn. It's time, it's consuming, it's this, it's that. But yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea. I think it's a great concept, and by no coincidence, you say you have 90,000 or whatever the case may. That I think a lot of people would buy into that.
Well,
I think a lot of people would.
I have been, like I said, I've been teaching since '85. At one point in Manhattan, we had the largest school in the city for 15 years. 18,000 square feet, 3 floors, 1,400 adults, not kids, adults walking through there on a weekly basis. Okay? Because it's what people want. When you go to a gym, whatever local gym, Planet Fitness, Retro, Bally's, whatever the hell it is in your area, you go to a gym to do your thing. You go in the gym, you work and do your thing, you do what you got to do, you get out.
Get in and get out. Yeah.
Are you trying to become a professional bodybuilder?
Yeah.
No. You want to feel better.
Yeah.
You want to feel more better. You want to feel comfortable. You want to feel a little stronger. You want to feel like, okay, I'm pouring into myself. I'm investing something into my time, myself, and my health, and my own body. Right? If you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Yeah. And it all starts with you. And if you can't save yourself, you can't help anybody else. And what's going to happen, and I'm telling you guys, seen it. If you're with your family and somebody tries to hurt your family, it's instinctively, you're going to try to protect that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
But most fathers or people who try to protect their kids against a really crazy person wind up doing it with their life because they don't know what to do. But it's instinctively for them to, protect their family. That's instinctively. That's self-preservation. It just kicks in. But it's good to know what to do.
Absolutely.
So if you can do a program like mine where, it's not you don't have to commit for life. You know what? Let me go in there, get some information for, 2 times a week, 3 times a week for 3 months. How the hell is that going to kill you? It's going to hurt you. You're investing in yourself and you're investing in your family. And what's killing people out here in the streets is not what they know. It's what they don't know.
Yeah. Agree with it 100%. 100%.
So that's the approach that we take. It's been working for us. You know, the people love it because I don't blow smoke up people's behind. I'm all meat and potatoes. You get what you get. This is it. No nonsense. No apology. Straightforward, to the point. Is it for everybody? No, because we live in a society now that most people feel privileged.
Oh,
Most people have a mentality of sense of entitlement. Okay, so you know, just to give you an idea, for most people, when their computer crash, they're having a terrible day because they don't got Wi-Fi. That's not the real world, bro.
yeah,
You got people in different countries, man. They don't know what the hell the next meal is coming from.
absolutely.
Okay, they don't know where their next opportunity is coming from. And we over here, we lose it because we don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
You know, and you get some, you know, guy working on the guys who does, you know, not to take away from having the knowledge to do work, technical work with computers and stuff, but they're like, man, I'm working with these computers. I had a terrible day. I'm busting my behind today, man. That's not hard labor, bro.
Not at all. Not at all.
But it's twisted.
Yeah.
So the work ethic is different. We live in a society where most of these kids get rewarded. Every sport they play, everybody gets a trophy.
Participation trophy.
Right.
Yeah.
But you see, in real life, do you get a participating trophy?
No.
The world don't care if you live in a cardboard box or you live in a mansion. That's up to you.
Absolutely. Setting them up for failure when you do that.
Of course. You're setting people up to fail, but you see, here's the thing. You're setting people up for failure, but you don't teach the young kids how to fail.
Not at all.
So that's why you got all these young kids who's soft. That's why you got all these guys pulling out guns and just shooting each other like a bunch of goddamn maniacs. Why? Because they're marshmallows inside. They don't know how to take an L. They don't know how to take a loss. They don't know how to fail. So therefore, as soon as you get into their feelings, and they come in here, they go shooting people up. And most of the time, they're shooting innocent people up.
Yep. Very true.
All because they wasn't taught how to lose, how to fail.
Very, very true.
You know, so it's an interesting thing. You know, it's an interesting thing. Either we can make the correction and start to make the correction through, you know, being real with people and telling them, hey, no, everybody don't get a trophy. No, there's winners and there's losers. You get it? Work harder.
That's right.
Wash your behind. Put the effort in that the other guy put in.
That is right. It all comes down to you, the individual. Once you reach a certain age, like you said, there's not going to be a participation trophy. It's going to be solely on you, whether you make it or you don't.
No, it's going into the real world.
You know? Yeah.
Going into the real world, and then you really see what it's all about. But you got to prepare. One of the things that martial arts schools used to do, they don't do it anymore. It used to prepare you and harden you for the real world. It used to. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's I like your concept. Once again, we're here at the Gathering of Styles. You have a great concept. It's a different style, but we're here together sharing all our styles.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, you bring your concept. You know, the gentleman speaking right now brings his concept. If everybody can grab stuff from it and we can all take it, we can all learn, it makes us all better.
Well, that's the way it used to be.
It makes us all. Well, I get it. But I'm just saying, as far as you know,
the concept.
The concept
is to gather together like this and share information. But it's been my experience through the years that's slowly pulling away. So things like this is valuable because if you can still get the few open-minded people to come together and do it, cool. But the ego is so strong, so big in the martial arts. Everybody wants to be the man. Yeah, everybody's a badass. Everybody's a tough guy. Everybody's the one. That you very seldom get that, you know, anymore like it used to be.
Yeah, when you're doing stuff like this, egos have to be checked at the door. Ultimately, you're you're preaching and you're teaching the kids, and I think a certain level of macho and all that stuff should be checked out at the door,
Yeah.
especially when you it comes to teaching. I think that's in any aspect of life. When you teach, obviously you want to get a point across. The ego has to be taken out of it. You want to instill knowledge, right?
100%.
You want to instill knowledge, but you don't want to be overbearing. You don't want to teach with, you don't want to teach out of fear. You don't want to teach out. You want people to feel, like you said, you want people to feel comfortable.
Yeah, you got to
right?
meet people where they are.
That's right. So I mean, I think this is Eric had reached out to me and being a media outlet to help him to use the platform to get people to bring awareness to this. I think it's a great idea, and just having all these people. They may we've got martial arts, we've got boxers, we've got football players, just experiences to come together to one to share their experiences.
Yes, sir.
And if one person is reached, that's one person, that's better.
Well, that's the way you can do it, right?
Yeah, one
That's the
person
way
at a time.
religion was built, right?
Yes.
One person at
One
a time.
person at a time.
That's the way buildings built,
Yep.
right? One brick at a time.
That's it.
That's it. So
Yeah.
all you could do is hope that one consistency and have a good message. And if your message is straightforward and you're consistent and you are who you say you are and you present yourself the proper way, then eventually the message will get out there. It takes time, but the message will get out there. The way I'm talking to you and preaching this to you, I started preaching this in the early 90s like this. I was the first person in the traditional martial arts setting that would go around talking about reality-based free self-defense. Everybody thought I was out of my goddamn mind. Everybody thought I was crazy, okay? Because you're not being traditional, right? But to be in a traditional room of traditional martial artists and tell them traditional martial arts don't work for the average man. Now you got your exceptional person who can make it work, but for the most part, no. And what was missing? Number one, it takes too long to learn. Just takes too long to learn. Number two, they teach, but they never work on the mind.
Mm.
So you're giving me a bunch of things I could do, skill set, but what about the mind? Am I strong enough mentally to pull off and physically what you're showing me? No.
Yeah.
See? But it stays the same way. But when you say that, when I used to say that, people used to get they used to lose their mind.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you? Hey. But here we are 30 years later. People are like, oh, so many people, guys who trained for 20 years. You know what? I never thought about that. I never seen it from the way you're doing it. And that's all because of the old man, my instructor. He taught me how to think. And that's important. Because in what we do, and in life, I don't care what you do, but especially in what we do, you must have the right mindset. You must have the right skill set. And if you do not have the right habits, all of that don't matter. All of it don't matter. Just don't matter.
Yeah, I agree. I
You
agree.
know? So what I'm doing is like what you just said. One person at a time. I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to sit here and talk to your audience about what I do, the way I do it, because it's one person at a time.
That's it.
You know, and if somebody can resonate with what I'm saying, and it's important to them, because I'm tired of watching people getting ripped off I'm tired of seeing good people with good intentions who want only thing they're asking for. The only thing they're asking for is somebody to give me good information, teach me. Don't take advantage of me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Don't lie to me because you can get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, just teach me. And if you can't do it, just say you can't, so I could go to somebody who can. See, but when people got rent to pay,
They do what they need to do.
okay,
Yeah.
we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So for me, when I say what I say and the way I operate, people know. Come to my place. It's not about I want your money, I need your money. It's about, do you really want to do this?
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to do it, I'm telling you, might as well leave now. You're coming here for camaraderie. You're coming here to meet people. You're coming here because you're bored. Because you're lonely. No. Go to your local sports bar for that.
Yeah.
This is not the place.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and that's what, anyone who's out there listening to my voice is looking for a place to train. Just make sure the person who you're training with is giving you what you want. I don't know, what some people want sports.
Yeah.
Some people, want the sports stuff. Some people want it, but some people want, what? Getting older, I'm not fighting with nobody. I'm not fighting with nobody. If you make me raise my hands, I'm getting in, I'm getting out, I'm hurting you, and I'm going home. See, that's the concept of self-offense as opposed to self-defense. And that's important. And a lot of people who train don't have a clue of what the hell that is.
So, with that being said, you want to take this opportunity this time to let the people out there know if I want to seek out martial arts with this type of training, how could they get in touch with you? Do you have for instance, plugs? Put this on, how they can reach out to you,
The best
social media, whatever the case
look
may
for
be.
the social media. It's V as in Victor, EEAJ Jiu-Jitsu. VAJ Jiu-Jitsu on YouTube. Punch in David James on YouTube. I'm all over there. It'll come right in. You can't miss it. On Instagram, my stuff is motivational on Instagram. Because one of my favorite sayings is laziness will cause you pain. So I try to motivate people to get unstuck and get off their behind and do what they know they need to do, which is hard. Because a lot of people know what to do. Getting yourself to do it is the hard part.
That's another story.
And we don't, right, and we don't do it. This is why the saying laziness will cause you pain, because we don't do it until it's too painful not to do. You understand?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden after that, then people will be like, okay, I got to get on my behind and do it now. But hopefully, guys, do it before it's too late. Do it before you get a situation. I say our system is like poison. You don't need a lot to hurt somebody. Just a little bit. A little bit to put a man out. And look for a place to train that they will respect you and respect what you're looking for and not take advantage of you. They'll give you what you want. And hopefully, if you find that, stick with that person. Go there, get you. Well, but if a person telling you, oh, it's going to take you, you got to be a black belt, or it's going to take you all amount of years for me to teach you how to defend yourself, turn around and walk the hell out. Just walk.
Yeah.
You're an adult. Walk. Because they're lying to you.
Great information for those of you who are watching, whatever the case may be, who might be thinking of taking either themselves, family member, kids, relatives. Think about the words that Professor James is saying. It's an alternative. Me personally, I like I said, I fall in that. I'm that age group. I'm that age group. I don't have 15 plus years.
Yeah.
My ceiling's already there.
Yeah, but you see, you are the perfect age, because we live in a society today that nobody respects nobody. There used to be a time where kids, women, and the elderly was off. They were just off the charts, untouchable. Not today.
No, no.
Today we live in a society where it's, you know, every man for himself.
Yeah, there's no respect. None,
No, there's
none whatsoever.
no respect.
None
None
whatsoever.
whatsoever. Nobody care about no children. Nobody care about no elderly. Don't care about women. They don't care nothing. So now it ain't like it used to. You say, well, I'm gonna grow old gracefully. Not if you're anywhere in the city. No, you're not.
Yeah, it's a different world out there. But yeah, so for anybody who may be interested, we're down here right now at the Seaport Inn, Gathering of Styles, the Martial Arts Expo. We've got Professor James here, along with a lot of other martial arts people down here. If you're interested, we'll be down here till 5 o'clock. You know, and there's a lot of great people down here, a lot of knowledgeable people. Professor James is just one of them. We'd like to thank you for
Thank you for the opportunity.
thank you for sharing your knowledge.
Thank you for the
I mean, I learned a lot today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I learned a lot just, you know, in our brief conversation that we had here today. I learned a lot. But we look forward. We are going to be moving forward with Eric. And, you know, he hopes to have this as a yearly thing. And we are going to be one of the social media outlets that are going to be representing from. And hopefully I get to see you in the future.
Eric has a good course, so thank you.
All right.